What's up, guys? Crypto Keith here from Crypto Living YouTube channel. Guys, we're going to step up and make this channel grow with your help, of course. So get sharing, get liking, and hit that bell and subscribe, guys, and help share our videos on different platforms, and you could be rewarded. If you do lots of work towards helping our channel grow, just show us what you did, and we would happily reward you with some cryptocurrency. So today what we have to talk about is very cool, very interesting, and I kind of want to lighten up the mood a bit, because there's some negative vibes coming from cryptocurrencies lately, with the crash, with this whole Bitconnect thing, and it can be very, very stressful. It can give you a lot of anxiety, lower your energy, and you need to be brought back up, have hope injected back into you, and have some energy, energetic, fun things brought to you, and that's what we're gonna do for you today. So don't let me get too negative and too into all this drama that's so easy to get caught up into, especially if you're on social media. So first of all, what I want to share with you guys is this new Ethereum game. And now we've covered a couple on this channel. We've covered CryptoKitties, which was probably the first one, the one that first started using the model of using Ethereum for collectibles, for games, for representing other things on the Ethereum blockchain. So we mentioned CryptoKitties. Then came Crypto Tanks, which then turned into Crypto Army, that has other things like airplanes and stuff, where you can buy all those things with Ethereum. You can also buy cats with Ethereum. Really, they're just a digital representation of a cat, each cat unique, and each cat connected to a wallet address and an ID on the blockchain, on the Ethereum blockchain. An ERC20 cat, if you will, or an ERC20 tank. Then we have ERC20 fish. We have the game Fish Bank that was brought to the Ethereum blockchain. Then what was the next one I shared? Crypto Toys, where it's you get a toy and your coin could unlock this toy and win you $1 million in Ethereum. Then we shared with you crypto art, where someone created one Ethereum token and auctioned it off as a piece of art because it's one unique token. Kind of like the Genesis CryptoKitty, how it was worth so much. Well, imagine if there was only one CryptoKitty, how much it would be worth. So that was the next thing. Then they started making these CryptoPunks, which are thousands they have of these punks, different faces, pixelated faces, kind of like the site, I think it was Cypherpunks back in the day, and they attached that to the Ethereum blockchain. So now you can have these collectibles, almost like what were those little toys that you could buy out of those machines that were punks or something like that, that got very popular. They blew up. They became collectibles. What are they called? Hoods or something like that. I don't know. But now there's a new one. Okay, so we're going to share that with you. And this one is the most exciting one yet. In my opinion, it's the most in-depth, most thoughtful, and most creative one yet. Watch out, CryptoKitties. Here, I'll share this with you, what I'm reading. Watch out, CryptoKitties. The World of Ether crypto game is taking over. So the World of Ether is what this game is called. And guys, watch out for this one. I think it's going to really attract people because it seems fun. Let's actually look in depth into this and see what it is. As the first Ethereum-based cryptocurrency-centered game has all but simmered away, a new, more in-depth game has emerged. CryptoKitties showed that there was a market need for gamified crypto assets, as nearly 19 billion US dollars were sold, and now there's been over 200,000 CryptoKitties or users that have bought CryptoKitties. In this digital cat, however, the game lacked depth and game mechanics, and World of Ether seeks to fill that void. So, there's this massive market now that we're moving everything to be more digital. There's this massive need to move things digital. So Bitcoin was moving money onto into a digital form, and the same thing happened with all sorts of software, computer, music producing software that you used to have a whole room full of hardware. Now it's all digitized. It's moved into software and inside your computer. The same thing's happening with a lot of things, and this is what Elon Musk says is, part of the reason why pretty soon everything will be free, because it costs nothing to reproduce bits of data in a computer. It costs a lot to, produce hardware, produce a physical item, but to reproduce bits, kind of like, just copying an MP3, copying a file and pasting it, that's all it takes to reproduce, these new forms of products. So Elon Musk says pretty soon they'll be giving out phones for free. Your iPhone, Apple will be giving you your phone for free so they can collect your data and sell you things. Google cars are doing this. They're launching their self-driving cars, and they're going to be free. The catch is sponsored locations will be sponsoring these rides, and you'll have to stop at these sponsored locations for 15 minutes. So let's say you want to go to the beer store. Well, the self-driving car, the AI-driven car, will take you to McDonald's first, if that's who sponsored the ride, and you have to go into McDonald's for 15 minutes before you can then go to your destination. So this is how it's going to work, and this is how universal basic income is becoming more and more talked about as things move digital. So now we see collectibles becoming digital. We had Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering, which if you didn't know, Mt. Gox is actually named after Magic the Gathering. So Mt. Gox is Magic the Gathering online exchange, Mt. Gox. And it originally sold Mt. Gox, originally sold Magic the Gathering products. So then, that nerd community, some of them moved into cryptocurrencies, right? And now that, these collectibles like Magic the Gathering could become digital, there's a huge market, billions of dollars to be made. And if you can imagine people that made things like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, any of these trends, Beanie Babies, how much money they made off of it, you can see the need and the desire for companies creating these, and you could do it. And it's something that might incentivize or give people motivation to learn how to develop software and things like that, because they want to create something on the Ethereum blockchain. They have an idea. Like for me, this is probably what would push me to learn how to develop a blockchain or use a blockchain and integrate your own ERC20 token. If I had an idea like this and I wanted to make it a reality. So I think this is an amazing thing. It's very motivating and productive for growth. in multiple ways. So let's move on. I'll try not to throw my 2 cents in too much here. We'll just get straight to the point, to the facts. So they're saying here that the world of Ether, founded by Alan Goldman, who is a co-founder of the largest Ethereum meetup group in the world. And this is part of the reason why I want to do Bitcoin and Ethereum meetups. I have all sorts of ideas and want to have partners that can help me make these ideas a reality. I want to work on blockchain projects. I want to help create cryptocurrencies, help contribute and be involved. And the best way to do that is meetups. People in the early days would meet with people on local Bitcoins. So they would, place orders on local Bitcoins or contact people and then meet like-minded people through that platform. Now people do it a lot through Bitcoin meetups, Ethereum meetups, and things like that. And there's all sorts of seminars and places you can go to learn and be around and be involved in these types of projects. So this is what I'm going to be looking into, in the coming year, 2 years. So World of Ether was founded by, Alan Goldman and his brother Stanley Goldman, who is a senior developer at GitHub. Wow. Pretty cool. So these guys know their stuff. They know about Ethereum. They know about developing programming. And ultimately, anyone who's involved in GitHub, any project that has a GitHub on their website or knows a lot about GitHub or is actively on GitHub, that's going to be a good project. And it's what sets aside a scam from a non-scam. People were saying before, this whole Bitconnect thing happened, one of the biggest red flags was the fact that they never updated their code on GitHub for over a year. So this should have told us, and this is one of the tools you can use in the future to spot scams from legit projects. Legit projects will have full-time developers, and they'll always be adding to that code, making it better. And ultimately, open source projects, there should always be people contributing to making it better because it's open source. People can add to it. So in the world of Ether, users are able to battle, breed, and sell a variety of monsters, creating a multi-level rich world to interact with. The game is very similar to that of Pokemon, where there are 5 different types of monsters, each with their own advantages and strategies. Sun, Ocean, Life, Death, and Astral. So kind of like all the ethers, right? Or sorry, not all the ethers, all the elements. Ether is an element. It's not usually an element that's talked about. It's like the 5th element. Here we have 5 elements. So, there's usually wind, water, fire, earth, and then ether. The ether is what everything physical is created out of. So when you're in the astral plane and you're creating, you can create and manifest in the physical plane a lot easier working with the astral plane. Really what you're doing is you're pulling from the ether. The ether is infinite potential. It's where physicality comes from. It's where anything physical comes out of the ethers, which is like, non-physical. It's possibility in a sense, you could say, but it's actually an element in a sense. That's why it's the 5th element, because it's not really a physical element, right? So the ethers are where everything is created, and that's why I thought it was very, very genius that Ethereum was called Ether. That's why I bought it when I first saw the word Ether. I thought this is genius, and the fact that Ethereum is a universal computer that anything can be created on, basically written in code, manifested, brought from nothing into reality. And this is what's amazing about code. It reminds us in developing with ones and zeros, it reminds us how easy and how possible it is for us to manifest, to create reality, to create something out of nothing. We just forgot how we have that power. And you know, how we would usually do it is pulling it from the ethers, how we used to do it, and how the masters do it. Some people say that's how the pyramids got here. They were manifested, they were, you know, thought of consciously first, and then manifested into this third dimension by some, you know, the Egyptian masters and things like that. The gods could do these types of things, and so this is really ultimately what ether represents for me. The game is very similar to that of Pokemon. So the types of monsters, they are each with their own advantages and strategies. Sun, ocean, life, death, and astral. So sun would be fire, ocean would be water, life would be, it's kind of different than the elements, I guess. Life, death, and astral. But the astral plane is the ethers, right? Where things are manifested from, where reality is more malleable. We've kind of locked ourselves into this third dimension reality by our belief systems. And that's why cryptocurrencies are helping free us from that. Helping us believe that we have the power to create anything we want and fix any problems we want, and ultimately shape the world, the future we want to live in. So you can go to worldofether.com, but here are some things here. Sun represents light, warmth, flying, and fire. Ocean represents water, depth, and mystery. Life represents fertility and vegetation, so that would be the earth. Death represents demise, undoing, and finality. Wind, maybe. Astral representing intelligence, psychic ability, and the metaphysical. So, you know, you can go to worldofether.com. As well as types, these monsters hold 4 grades of rarity: common, uncommon, rare, and legendary. Pretty cool. Once we start creating, you know, games and stuff that represent these other realms that are written about in ancient texts and things like that, the Tablets of Thoth, Book of Enki, especially the Tablets of Thoth, where he went through all these different realms and there was these, you know, beings and monsters. We don't even have a movie about that stuff, you know. Reality is stranger than fiction, and if we created movies about some of these, you know, things, it would be amazing, as well as moving into games and virtual reality where we can live these, you know, old ancient stories and myths that I think there's a lot of truth to. Some of them. The legendaries are extremely difficult to obtain, are very powerful and valuable. Few players on the game will ever encounter them. Though players will have access to the game's smart contracts and can view the secret in creating them. Battling your monsters gives you experience in the game, which in turn increases your chances of breeding rare monsters. So battling increases your chance of making more money, I guess. Why blockchain-based games? Games based on the blockchain hold many advantages, and with World of Ether, the monsters live primarily on the Ethereum blockchain in a way that is truly decentralized. New breeds of monsters are discovered by users. When that user does discover that monsters, the blockchain allows the users. So when you discover that monster, new breeds of monsters are discovered when you discover the monster. So the blockchain allows the users to be forever credited as the discoverer of that particular monster. Wow, that's cool. So also the market, aka the gamers, decides how many monsters come into existence, and the founding team cannot create new monsters out of thin air, thereby devaluing existing monsters. So these existing monsters become more valuable because it's very hard to create new ones. You can't create new ones out of thin air. This was the issue with CryptoKitties, and yes, this is what I saw the problem was. People were just breeding, and there's just so many CryptoKitties out there. You have to find a very rare one to even be worth buying in a sense, unless you're just trying to play the game, right? If you're trying to profit, you have to. It's very hard with crypto kitties. You have to find a very, very rare kitty, and that's hard to do. This was the issue with crypto kitties and what caused many users to fall away from the game. Lastly, the market decides on the price of all the monsters, and battle results cannot be manipulated or altered. So, you know, this guy being the runner of the biggest Ethereum meetup, he would be in contact with people that played the game and see their, you know, the pros and cons that they saw in the game Ethereum or crypto kitties, and, you know, use that in making this model. Currently, the world of Ether is translated into Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Russian, Spanish, and French. Crypto kitties, by comparison, was only in English, and Tron, TRX Dogs, is currently only launched in Chinese. So there's Tron Dogs too. I'll have to check that one out. And these, you know, they're becoming more and more popular. I won't be able to keep track of them all probably. We're gonna look into what these the creators and the team say about this project too in a second, and then show you how to use it. So the game launched its pre-sale of eggs on 11 p.m. Eastern Time on January 14th. 6 hours later, there have been already 200 plus eggs sold on its website, with the price of each egg raising by 0.00035 ETH with each sale. So I think it's active still. The full launch of the game is anticipated for the first quarter of 2018. Currently, there have been 700 eggs sold, with the latest eggs price going for 0.24535 Ether, and the current price of ETH is $1,000. So, so the latest egg is like $250. So if you would have got in the beginning, you would have got, you know, very good price, but they're still going to go up in value, and I don't think there's any more going to be created after this. For the most part, we'll see. There might be very rare circumstances where a new monster comes into existence. In order to purchase eggs, you must download the MetaMask extension on your browser. I provided a link. So actually, they're going to be breeding, so we'll see. You know, they said if you fight, the more you battle, the more chances of these breeding. So we'll see, you know, what creates the rarity and the value to go up over time. Already with the ICO and them creating, you know, the price in Ethereum going up every time an egg sold, that creates the value to go up over time in one sense, but we'll see what else contributes to the value going up. Yeah, so I just got Telegram, and I've been following, you know, important projects. If you follow too many, your phone will just go off constantly. And but I might follow these guys on Telegram or send them a tweet, you know, ask them questions. If you guys find out any more info or you talk to them directly, please throw a message in this video, a comment, and let us know what you found out. So here's the website, World of CryptoKitties. Origin, we have here discovery. So they don't want to flood the market with extra monsters harming the marketplace. However, because the game may need more monsters in the future, there's a very minimal chance that upon breeding a new species can come into existence. See, minimal chance. So they're very infertile. Ha ha ha. A new species can come into existence. The species would then be added to the list of possible monsters. Probably because they have cell phones in their pockets all the time. You know, this has been dropping our fertility rate drastically. Cell phones held in our pockets all the time. Because this feature, there will be eventually well over 200 monsters. Our servers will hold the artwork for these new monsters, but the battle points, type, and rarity of the new monster will be generated at random through our algorithm, so as to maintain decentralization for the platform, so that, you know, they can't create a rare monster for themselves. It's all randomized. Their servers hold the artwork, you know, and this is what's happening. They're adding artwork to the Ethereum blockchain in a lot of senses. That's what CryptoKitties did. That's what this art, you know, that's all a lot of this stuff does. But then they might have you know, a website, a server with, you know, different features and applications built on top of the Ethereum blockchain for these, you know, smart contracts to be able to do. So you can get started here. Now join and get eggs before launch. You know, if you buy the eggs now, they'll probably be worth more than the crowd sale, but it might be worth it for you, or sorry, they come on exchanges, but it might be worth it to just wait if you're, you know, very skeptical about it. Here's Alan Goldman, the co-founder.
One of the co-founders of World of Ether, and I developed the concept and the initial programming of the game. So I've been gaming pretty much my entire life since I was a small child. I've played tons of Dungeons and Dragons. I actually am Dungeon Master. I play a lot of NetHack, and I play Smash Bros. Competitively. My current experience with Ethereum is that I'm one of the co-founders of Beginner Programmers, which is currently listed as the largest Ethereum meetup group in the world. Currently, we do a lot of Ethereum panels and classes that teach people how to write smart contracts and Solidity, for example. Me and my brother came up with the game because both me and him are very big into gaming in general, and we love the concept of Ethereum and the idea of a fair system that's decentralized. So we decided to merge our passions for video games, and see if we can create a truly decentralized game where thousands of players can interact in a fair competitive system and spread that and make hopefully a very enjoyable game. So what else?
And guys, I'm kind of in a hurry here. Yeah, there he goes, my dog, one's here. But I'll put these links down below. You can do some further research. That was only the beginning of that video. It's not very long though.
Hey everyone, Alan here, and today I want to go over how to purchase eggs in World of Ether.
We already went over this video, but okay, I'll play the rest of this video, guys, and then I'll look into these other games and maybe bring you them in the future. I'll play the rest of this video, but I'm going to turn off my mic because I'm going to get going. So we'll see you on the next video, guys.
What I love the most about World of Ether is that it's a truly decentralized game, in that the monsters are discoverable by themselves. So after a certain amount of time of playing, if a rare enough breed happens, you can be a person who generates a complete unique breed, and after you discover that unique breed, other players can discover, and it will give you the credit saying that Alan has discovered this one particular species, and now it's in the available species pool outside of our influence to the system. So the way that we gather the team for World of Ether is we have a lot of very smart friends that are in the crypto space already that we've actually worked with in past projects. So basically I approached them, I told them the idea, and they instantly loved it. and then they joined us immediately, and we started working within a week.
With World of Ether, Alan invited me to be a part of it. I found out that I had this opportunity to combine the crypto space with gaming, and I was immediately sold on the idea. We want to make, obviously, a game that's really, really engaging, but we also want to be really transparent. All of our smart contracts will be open source and available on launch, and we're going to be sending out tons of status updates as we're developing the game. I love the team that we have. I would encourage anybody to check out our team page, and we have a great group of people. If somebody wants to learn more about World of Ether, we have a really awesome game guide up, and it's worth seeing what we have in store. Welcome to the World of Ether.
Check the OP.
What's going on, guys? Danny with Crypto Dose. No, it is not a clickbait title. This actually happened. I'm not going to keep you guys in suspense anymore. Let's get into this thing right now.